Welcome to Teach Start, and today we're going to be looking at displays in classrooms and are they useful? I think the worst thing you can have in your classroom is just a complete bare classroom. It makes your teaching and your environment have no personality at all. And I think the idea of displays is inspiration. It just makes it an exciting room to be in, an exciting room to learn in. However, on the other hand, I think some teachers go a little bit over the top, perhaps for my tastes and for my personality, and have things dangling from the ceiling and just a kind of explosion of colour and resources and facts and stuff. And it looks quite cluttered in my opinion. However, what the most important thing to realise is that your classroom is a reflection of you. Now, some schools, they say, no, this is the standard classroom layout, that everything has to be in the display window and you can't have anything else. And that's mostly to do with the school style or the contract they have over their building, that perhaps they can't have things on the walls or on the ceilings. There could be a health and safety concern that things could be more, it could be more difficult to get out of the classroom, or that there's windows that get obscured. And one thing I had was we weren't allowed to dangle things from the ceiling in a previous school because things kept falling off in the night, and it set off the security system. So the school decided no longer dangling things from the ceiling, which is understandable. But what you put up, now this is a real opportunity for you to sell yourself to your students and actually put their work up on the wall. It's amazing how much of a difference it makes to a student and your relationship with them when you pride their work enough to put it up on your wall. It's quite difficult to do, but if you just get in a routine of having a kind of monthly prize for the winner of the best work, and you photocopy their work and you have something ready to like, I normally get normally reduce the size of their work slightly and just get a coloured bit of A3 and put their work in the middle of it and put it up on the wall. I don't often put names up because the students I teach are slightly older and they don't necessarily want their name up, but they know it's their work anyway. If you've got slightly younger classes, they love having their name up as well. And if you've got a really young class, they like having their age up as well. But I think it's a real opportunity for you to show that you pride the students' work that you teach enough to put it up on the wall. I think that there's a risk sometimes of having dates on work that perhaps if you're having a hectic year and you haven't updated your displays in a while, then you probably want to make sure they don't necessarily have dates on. But if you're on top of it and you're in a routine with it, that every month you put a new student's work up, then actually it shouldn't matter if it has the dates on it. For the rest of the stuff, I don't ever put information up that the students need, because if we ever have a test or something, I'm always wary that the answers are up on the wall sometimes. So if you're doing chemistry and the periodic table's there and the test is on periodic table, you're going to have to cover up that display every time you do a test on the periodic table, which can get irritating. But if you get a routine of that and you know exactly what the process is, then it's not so bad. My personality is kind of minimalist, but with the space I have and choose to use to make the most of it and make it relevant and make it up to date. And even if it's just a really big picture of something, it doesn't have to have any information on at all, but just sets an emotion and sets a mood for the classroom, then I'm normally happy. I do think displays have their place. I do think that some people and perhaps some schools go overboard on the importance of displays. They're not make or break, but it is the first thing people notice when they walk into a classroom, for your students, for Ofsted, for any other visitors you have. So it's important that it's neat and it's tidy and you keep your classroom environment looking nice. My advice is also, if you ever see a rip or a tear in it, get the staple gun straight away and deal with it straight away. Don't let things slide, because a little tiny rip in it becomes a huge tear when people pick on it, and whenever students stand behind their chairs or whatever, they subconsciously start picking at it. And I have seen some schools put plastic over all their displays, which could be a good idea to keep it neat, because mostly the students just brush past it and it's an accident and it's just wear and tear. But if you have a plastic screen over it, then they just rub against the plastic and they have to really want to destroy the display before it starts to rip. But I hope you find this video useful. If you've got any ideas for displays or anything you want to contribute, please write them in the comments below. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you want to see more from us, please click subscribe. We release videos every single weekday at 5 o'clock in the evening. Thank you.